the Frida and Diego relationship reading, part 1, and I'm going to upload the second one, part 2. It's almost done and I just have to process it, but it will be available around this time tomorrow. And then I'm going to, because so many people requested I'm going to do these two, J-Lo and Ben Affleck reading too. And it's interesting because she's a 6'2". She's a 6'2" profile. So I find the sixes, and she's off the roof, right? I think she's like 52 or 53, something like that. She's down off the roof. So that should be an interesting pairing. Okay. So let's go we'll do some cards for the human design types, and we'll start off with the twin flames. Okay, and let's do here. Okay, the twin flames. So you notice that I'm taking out the twin flame reading and making a separate video for it so that I can leave some breadcrumbs for the twin flames. And it's pretty amazing they're finding me, people that are on the twin flame journey, because the great thing about the twin flame journey, and there's many gifts, even though it's difficult at the beginning, is it forces people on their spiritual journey. And that's how you know that it's a twin flame and not a karmic, is that you're growing and evolving spiritually, right? You're seeking information. You need information. So eventually they will find me, and they'll find human design, and they'll find Kundalini Yoga. Yeah. To point them in the right direction. Okay, so this is for the twin flames, and remember that I've done, just a reminder again, I've done the Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera relationship reading, and then I'm doing Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez, and that will be next week. But the part 2 for Frida and Diego is up tomorrow, October 19th. Okay, so the twin flames. This is for the week of mutation, where the 3 and the 60 are activated. This is the channel of mutation in human design. Okay, if you can see this right here. Right there, the 360. So this means great change, that we have this potential, this opportunity to go through mutation as a humanity next week. So this means individually you going through your own process of change. And that's the whole thing about the twin flame journey, is that you go through a spiritual awakening. You go through a deep spiritual awakening. And if you resist this, then life is going to become a struggle. So the best way to work with this energy, because you've been activated, if you met your twin flame in the 3D, you've been activated. You've been activated, and it's put you on this journey. And your soul, this is a soul contract. Your soul has agreed to this. Even if you don't remember signing the papers, your soul agreed to it. Okay, so this is like fast tracking. Fast forward your spiritual journey. So you want to embrace this healing, this deep healing, all those childhood wounds that are coming up. Just a reminder, my online retreat, November 1st to the 3rd. This is the work you do on the twin flame journey. So you heal these inner child deep wounds that only your twin flame can show you, right? Because they're such a powerful mirror for each other. Okay, so we know that one side is the chaser, and I'm just using these terms because people are familiar with them. And then there's the runner. So this is the soul that has gone, that one expresses the chasing energy and one expresses the running energy. I'm running, but both are in their egos. Right? So if the chaser is like, I've got to get the runner, I've got to fix the runner, I need to stalk the runner, I need to hound the runner with 1,000,001 messages and texts and things, that's the ego. The ego refusing to look inside, to go inside. And then the runner, I got to get away from that crazy chaser. They're a lunatic. They won't leave me alone. They're crazy, crazy, crazy. They're running with their ego too, right? So it's just like different expressions. But it's all about this ego death that has to take place. And this is the not self in the human design world. The not self has to go. Okay, so this is the dark night of the soul. And just a reminder to people, right, Neptune is still in the 36, right? Sixth line, right? So it's about to go into Aries in another year and a year and 6 months or 5 months, something like that. Neptune will go into Aries, conjunct Saturn, like holy, but that's a year and a half away. Anyway, it's activating the 36, and this is the dark night of the soul. This is turbulence. It's turbulence. And Neptune's all about spiritual awakening. Okay? So I did cards for this mutative week for the twin flames. And so we'll start here with the chasers. The chasers. So you'll know if you're a chaser or a runner. You'll just intuitively know that. The chaser kind of has the heads up. They go first. In terms of the ego death, they're going first. Okay. So the ego card for, let me see, I got to see myself here. Okay, there we go. It's called experts. That's the ego card. Okay, so what's the heads up for the chasers here is experts. And this is all about looking outside of yourself for answers. Looking outside. So an expert could be tarot readers. An expert could be me. You're coming to me. You're looking for answers. You're looking to tell you if this is real or not. You're looking to have your intuition validated. Like from experts, so-called experts. Maybe you go get a professional reading done about this twin flame journey. I don't understand this. This is crazy. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. I'm in some kind of delusion. I need a pill. Like, give me a pill. I need to get out of this. Could be like a trusted friend or a colleague. And as soon as you look outside of yourself, what is the universe going to do? It's going to turn you back in on yourself, right? That's the point. You need to trust yourself. This is the ego. The ego wants you outside, always looking outside, giving your power away to other people, not trusting your intuition, So as soon as the universe catches you doing that, it will just push you back in on yourself. You'll get confusing information, right? So this is like a belief pattern because we're letting go of beliefs with this. This is the 360, the tarot read. The Hierophant here, down to this five of Pentacles. This is a perfect example of this. This is like I have scarcity around my intuition. Yeah, you have scarcity around physical things, material things, but maybe you have scarcity around your spiritual gifts, right? Your spiritual knowledge. Here you are on the external and you're just getting by with paying your bills and getting by, but then spiritually you're a billionaire, right? This is the balance that we're coming back into. And so this is about not trusting yourself, and you're listening to the ego that's telling you you don't know, right? You don't know anything. Don't trust that intuition. This is crazy. Nobody on the external is agreeing with what you said. And the thing with if you're looking for something, if the ego is looking for something, it's going to find it. It will find it. If it doesn't believe in the twin flame journey, then it will find people that will dismiss the twin flame journey. That's how it works. You can find proof for everything, right? So to not listen to this, right? To not listen to your ego and to continually be going, this week of mutation is to continually going inside and listening to your own intuition. Because the twin flame journey doesn't make any sense. right? To the logical mind and to these so-called experts. It doesn't make sense. And if things don't make sense to the muggles, they're basically the muggles, then they pathologize it. They put it in the DSM-5 or whatever, and then they say, this is the medication these people should be on, right? This is the therapy they need. So you're going to get that. So it's most important on this journey is to continually be going inside for your answers. Yeah. And listening to your own voice, your own inner voice. And then what you don't see, this is the King of Swords upside down. So this is, to me, this represents possibly the so-called experts in your life are very cruel, not connected to their heart. The King of Swords in reverse is not connected to his heart. So it doesn't matter what gender, right? His or her heart. So this is oppressive, controlling, cold, dishonest. But I would take this even deeper. So maybe this is a person in your life, but I would look at your own mind. Your own mind. Because what happens in childhood, right, that I talk about here, is that the child will fragment, and there's like all these different personalities that get formed, right? So what we're doing when we heal and letting go of not self are all those kind of fragmented parts of ourselves, and healing is just like we're peeling the onion and coming back to our original self. But to me, this represents your mind, this cruel mind. And this could have been a caretaker. If you go back to your childhood, it could have been a caretaker. It could have been your mother or your father. Just cut off. They were cut off from their hearts. Just very cruel with their words and things like that. Well, this is going to come up on the twin flame journey. All these inner child wounds will come up on the twin flame journey. That's why it's so intense. And it's not a slow ride, right? That just bubbles up right away. So this cruelty, this cruel mind, right? The way that you talk to yourself, right? Become aware of that during this week of mutation, right? To look at this. Like the voice that we trust the most is our own. And if our voice is really, really cruel, that's like the worst voice. It could be somebody else saying those same words. It won't be as bad as your own self-talk. Right? So this is what this is saying here. And it's probably keeping you, this cruel mind, this cruel voice in your head, which is part of the ego, not self, is telling you to go listen to the experts, right? Look, they agree with me, this cruelty. And remember, the twin flame journey is all about the heart, coming into the heart chakra, the two of you. This is the spiritual awakening. And then what you embrace, and it's interesting, they're both kings, right? Is the King of Pentacles. Right there, the King of Pentacles. So King or Queen of Pentacles. Queen, if you prefer that. So this is about abundance, and it's really embracing your prosperity, but not from that Four of Pentacles energy, right? Because this is different. This is part of the 60. The 60th gate here is the Four of Pentacles. These weren't intuitively picked. They're part of the decan. This is the third decan of Capricorn, is the Four of Pentacles, right? It's all about him. The Four of Pentacles. He's stingy, clinging, hoarding, right? The King of Pentacles is like, yeah, there's me. I'm taking care of my needs, but I'm taking care of everybody else too. I'm thinking about everybody else. So say I have an idea that is coming to me, an inspiration is coming to me for this new age, this new cross of the sleeping phoenix coming in 2027. Well, it's not just about me and how I take care of my own material needs. It's like, no, how can this help other people, right? This abundance. So this is putting your focus not on cruelty and how bad you are and that negative self-talk, is to just shift your energy into this King of Pentacles, which is doing like right? Like prosperity comes to me effortlessly, doing those kinds of affirmations and changing your belief system. Because that's part of what this week of mutation is about, is changing your belief system around from scarcity consciousness to abundance Yeah. Okay, and getting grounded. So maybe you've been in the head a bit too much as a chaser, right? This is a sword energy. I've been too much in my head, overthinking things, right? It's time to get grounded. Trying to get grounded in the now, and mutation, right? Mutating these scarcity programs from your ancestors, right? So the full moon was in activated the 32nd gate, which is the fear of money. Okay. Okay, well, let's keep going. I may have some more thoughts on the chasers here. So it's saying to get your material together. Right? It's all about balance. The material and the spiritual, it's all about balance. And we're off balance. As a humanity, we're way too much in the material. Okay. So let's look at the runner. And the runner I think the runner got this before. This is the fear card. Fear. The runner. So that was a major theme for the full moon yesterday. In my full moon video, I talked about that fear was a major motivation. Not just fear of money, but it's plain old fear. Fear. So fear can be fear of the future, right? What's going to happen to me tomorrow? It could be fear that I'm not enough, right? I'm not enough. And as soon as because we're talking about belief systems, right? I fear that I'm not enough. That means you're going to attract scarcity because you attract what you are, right? What you are. The vibration you're holding. It's like, oh, I'm holding this vibration of fear, which means I'm limiting myself. I'm keeping myself small. There's not enough. And you're listening to the stories, right, that the ego is telling you about this fear. So remember that fear is a frequency. You don't want to be making your decisions from fear. This is the battle on the planet right now. This is how they can control the masses and the muggles and the NPCs through fear. There's fear porn everywhere. Turn on the news, mainstream news. Buy a newspaper if they're still around, right? There's fear. It's all about fear. And it's to keep you out of your power, keep humanity out of its power. So remember, with the runner, so of course this is going to have you focused on the material world, right? And that's what the ego will tell you. Well, if you have enough money in your bank account, then you'll be safe, right? You'll get rid of this fear. And this is a game, right? That's not going to get rid of frequency. You don't get rid of frequency by like doing something and trying to control it. That's the Four of Pentacles energy here, right? That's the Four of Pentacles energy. What you're here to do now is to transmute. The runner has to transmute this fear, right? So this would even go to a karmic. Why the runners stay with karmics? You hear this all the time. The runner is with a karmic relationship mostly. It's because of this. Money. Well, my karmic connection is safe and secure and has a steady income, and I'm right. And the twin over there is like, I don't know, right? That's a big risk for me to go over there. I've got to get this in order first. I have to get this money in order, and this is all orchestrated. The whole twin flame journey is completely orchestrated by the divine. And the karmics are like they've been with you from lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, and are there to give you tests and lessons, right? So you never want to make your decisions from money. Well, this is the safe route. Whatever looks safe right now is the opposite, right? It's dangerous on the spiritual journey. And you have to remember that you're having a spiritual journey. You're not here to keep your body alive and pay bills and eat food and go on vacations and go to cocktail parties and things like that. You're here for a spiritual journey, right? You're here to grow and evolve. So this is a big thing that's stopping the runners, because what you don't see, what's stopping you, is the Four of Pentacles. Here's the Four of Pentacles. This is another deck. Right? There's the Four of Pentacles again. And that goes with this, right? There it is. The 60 goes with the 60th gate, the third decan of Capricorn. And it breaks down to the devil energy, which is Capricorn, and the sun in Capricorn, right? The devil energy. This is the toxic energy. This is karmic energy. This is karma. Karmic energy here, keeping you small, keeping you little, keeping you codependent with your karmic relationship, right? Keeping you bound together, chained. You've probably been chained for lifetimes after lifetime after lifetime. But the week of mutation is saying there's the sun that's going to shine that light and expose these dark areas that you can't see, right? And that you're holding on to and clinging to this. And the twin flame journey is about you growing. It's not about you being comfortable. It's about you growing into the highest potential in this lifetime, right? To be your authentic self, like truly your authentic self. Your greatness, all your gifts come out, your spiritual gifts, all of that stuff. So you got that, the clinging, and then the Chariot in reverse, right? So this is, I'm not going anywhere. Right? I'm not even getting in the car. The Chariot in reverse, it's like, I'm not moving. I'm not even getting in that car. I'm not going to get near that car. I'm clinging to what I have. I'm clinging to this money. I'm clinging to the material. I'm clinging to that karmic relationship. I'm clinging to the old. That's the 60. The 60 is the gate of the old, right? And the 3 is the new. Right? So it's saying to let go. The Pluto's been working on this limitation. Pluto's like going deep to the truth. And so it's really about being honest with yourself, right? Oh, and that's a hard thing to look at. Like, why am I in this situation? Why am I in this job? Why I'm with this person, right? Why am I avoiding this journey, my soul's journey? Right? So this is what's keeping you from moving forward. Chariot in reverse, right? You want to be flipping the chariot up, not letting this stop you, right? It's about trusting. So to me, it's about letting go of this fear of money, right? That you can't survive on your own, basically. Cross of the Sleeping Phoenix is we have to be whole unto ourselves. And the twin flame journey teaches you that. You're self-sovereign. You have to be whole unto yourself. You can't be in this devil energy. This is codependency. You know, the twin flame energy will not allow this to happen. And that's why separation happens. You hear this often when the twin flame comes back and then they fall into these codependent ancestral patterns and boom. They're separated again, right? So this week of mutation is a chance for you to release these old paradigms, right? And that you've inherited from your ancestors. I can't even say you're doing something wrong, right? It's like often, and I'll talk about this in the Frida Kahlo and Diego part 2, that we inherit. There's signatures in your chart that shows you, oh, I've inherited this from my aunt. This isn't even my karma from past lives. I've inherited from my ancestors, right? And then what don't you know, or what's your guidance? There's the world upside down. That's your guidance. And what's the guidance saying? You have unfinished business with your twin. It's not over. If it were the world card, it would be, okay, it's over. And that's the thing with the twin flame. It shows you that it's not the same old as other relationships where it's like, oh, that didn't work. I guess there's somebody else. The grass is greener over here. I'll cling to what I have over here. No, the soul is like, won't let you move on. You can't move on, right? You're kind of married in a sense spiritually, right? You can't escape from one another, the twin flame journey. So this is saying you've got unfinished business with your twin. Unfinished business with your twin. So what does that mean for you personally? It means that you have to do your work. You have to let go of your fear, right? That's what this twin flame journey is forcing you and pressuring you to do, is to do your inner work, And there's a big payoff from doing that, because you become more and more you, more and more in your power, right? More and more prosperous, living life without fear, living life with courage, right? A real trust in the divine. And that's your main relationship. It's not with the twin. Your main relationship is with the divine. That's your number one relationship, was with the divine. And that's what the twin flame journey is showing both parties. So look at the overall energy here. The overall energy, the connection. That's what I forgot to do. So this is what's connecting the two. This is the Nine of Cups. So the question was, what's the energy of the twin flame connection? You've got your separate, right, the runner and the chaser, but what's the energy of this twin flame connection? And it's the Nine of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment. It's wish fulfillment, the nine of Cups. It comes after the Eight of Cups, when you leave what makes you emotionally unfulfilled. This is not emotionally fulfilling it for me. The money's not enough in this relationship. The security and the safety's not enough. I need more, right? So the Eight of Cups moves to the Nine of Cups. And this is wish fulfillment. It's wishes coming true. It's satisfaction, contentment, success, pleasure, right? So happiness. This is love. Love, 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 love. The Nine of Cups. It's emotional. Because we don't have any cups here, eh? We've got pentacles and, pentacles and major arcana and swords. Okay? So the overall energy is the moon right here. So that's illusions and fears. So both the runner and chaser are releasing fears. And then right underneath it is the Two of Cups. So there's the connection. It's saying the connection is still there. The trust that this will never die. This will never die. Will never go away. Even if it doesn't look like that in the 3D realm, this will always be true. You're always connected, right? And then what's covering the awareness of that is the moon. And that's illusions and fears. So both have fears, right? The chaser is fearing that they don't have all the answers, that they're in some kind of delusion. This isn't true. I've got no proof on the 3D realm. And then the runner is fearing money and material, right? Moving on their own, what that would look like. Okay. So that's what I have for the twin flames. And remember that look for the Diego Frida. It's on my channel, part 1. Part 2 is coming out tomorrow. And then I'm doing Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck the next week, the following week. Okay? Okay. So that's what we've got for the twin flames. And let's see if there's any... Okay. Enoch says, I noticed that my runner spouse, but today he seems to have integrated the moon. And the thing is, as you move forward in your journey, like especially the chasers, the runner is the mirror. The mirror has to shift, so they'll shift too. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the